Hi everyone, so today I'm back with another product review, and just for starters I'm going to be trying the Teint Idole Ultra Cushion, which is this super full coverage western style cushion from LANCOME, formulated by Lisa Eldridge if I'm not mistaken. She's the creative director of LANCOME and she's my favorite makeup artist in the world. And also this Audacity in Paris eyeshadow palette, which I've been dying to try. She also curated these shades, so likewise both come in a very sleek kind of packaging. If you want to see how the cushion as well as the eyeshadow palette works, then just keep on watching. Okay, so this is how the compact looks like. It has a gold metallic top with a black base, and it's super sleek with the standard Lancome rose. So when you press the button, it opens up like this, and it has a very luxurious size puff. It's pretty substantially thick, but I feel like it feels a little bit like velvet, not so much like a cushion. So I'm wondering if this will absorb a lot more product. So when you open the compact, it's like this. So the consistency of this feels really lightweight and also just super hydrating, but this is said to be a full coverage kind of a cushion, so we'll just see whether or not it covers up the acne scarring that I existingly have. I have the shade 210 Buff. So yeah, I think this cushion type reminds me of the Body Shop Nude Fresh cushion, if I'm not wrong. I did a review on that. I'll link it somewhere here. If not, you can check the description box. But it comes with a mesh layer on top. It doesn't look like a standard cushion. Okay, so I just briefly cleansed my skin. I'm not going to use a primer or anything, and I'm just going to use one makeup application, which is the sponge. And yeah, let's just begin the makeup application. I'm just going to apply it on my more acne prone side. As you can see, this is the condition of my skin. So I have a lot of acne scarring, developing cystic acne, just a general sensitivity as well as acne prone kind of skin conditions. I'm going to push in the puff once. And this is how much product it picks up. Okay, so that's how both sides look, and I'm really impressed with the coverage. I think it, even though it is full coverage, it still gives me a very kind of hydrated and plumped kind of a look. So I prefer that than a flat matte, to be honest. So I'm not sure what you guys think, but I think that this is really comparable to the two pony effect cushions that I recently tried from Korea. And I mean, this is more similar in my perspective to the Everlasting cushion, which had a dewy finish, but I find the Everlasting cushion to be a lot more hydrating. But this is giving me an in-between of the Coverstay and the Everlasting, being a full coverage and a satin kind of a finish. So as usual, this is how the face base looks without powder. As you can see, there's a slight sheen going on, but it's still super full coverage. At this point, I'm just going to take some translucent powder and set my T-zone. So just the central areas of my face, and this is how it looks with powder. So it just took down the shine at those areas, and I think it looks really good. So yeah, let's just move on to the eyeshadow palette. So this is how the eyeshadow palette looks like. So excuse if you hear some background noise. It's very susceptible to plumbing noises in my room, but in any case, this is how the eyeshadow palette looks like. And it's so gorgeous. It contains like jewel tones yet neutral tones, and it's really beautiful. Likewise, it's curated by this makeup artist and creative director of Lancome, Lisa Eldridge, who is my favorite. But in any case, I've already primed my eyelids, so I'm just going to use the brush given because it looks like a very decent size. I'm just going to take this neutral matte shade to just set everything on the eyes. So these have a heavy amount of fallout, and that's what I can say at this point. So do remember to dust your brush off. So I think just for an all over shimmer, I'm going to lay down this champagne silvery shade. Taking the fluffy end, I'm just going to go into this neutral matte brown. It's like a camel color. So I just deepened the crease, and this is so reminiscent of Peach Smoothie from Makeup Geek, just that this is a lot deeper and browner. I love that as a transition color. I find Peach Smoothie on my skin is a little too yellow or orange, but this is a very nice neutral brown. I'm just going to take one of these matte browns. It's a very deep matte brown. Going in with another shimmer shade, I'm just going to spray my shader brush so that I can get the most pigment out of it. Using my finger, I'm just going to highlight the inner corner. And that's the eye look done. Okay, and this is how everything looks. I hope you guys don't mind that I sped up the first few bits. I try not to talk so much during the application so that you guys can formulate your own opinions, and then when I reach this section I kind of give you what I think about it, so that, you know, that's personally how I like reviews to function. I like to see how it applies, think if it's suitable for me, and then hear what the person has to say. So yeah, talking about the cushion, as you can see after you saw me set it with powder, it's really quite a versatile kind of a full coverage cushion foundation. And yeah, it just goes to show that even people with slightly dry skin can wear this and also just feel really confident with its full coverage. So yeah, moving on to the eyeshadows, as you can see they are so gorgeous, and in the kind of packaging you can see like this kind of a skyline in the mirror. You can remove this seal, but I think I'll leave it there because it's really beautiful. As I was applying, I found that the mattes were really buttery, the shimmers were super pigmented, and they can be used wet or dry, so that just gives for versatility. But the only downside, as I mentioned in the beginning, as I was applying, I noticed that once you dip your brush in, however light or however strongly you kind of dip your brush into the pan, there will be a huge amount of fallout, which means that the pigment kind of shifts and there'll be a lot of powder. So do remember to tap it off your hand so that it doesn't look too cakey around the eyes and you're able to work slowly. So I suggest like swirling the brush around your hand first, then going on the eye. It's always better to start off with lesser pigments and then building up to a stronger intensity. So yeah, I'm really liking this. So yes, this is my morning check-in, and when I get back I'll let you guys know how everything has held up. Okay, so I'm back from a pretty long day and it's about 6 to 7 p.m. As you can see, the shine on my face is pretty intense. I think I did do a few errands and it's kind of humid today and it is rainy, but this is generally how I look at the end of the day, even with a slight dusting of powder. But I think, I'm not sure what you guys think, but I think that it still looks very full coverage. It did not transfer off too much, and I feel like even though I feel a little bit oily, that is nothing a slight dabbing of a tissue can't solve. But yeah, I blew my nose quite a bit and it still looks really good around my mouth area. So I think the Teint Idole Ultra cushion is just super full coverage and very, very long lasting as it claims to be. I feel like if you have dry skin, this might dry out your skin towards the end of the day if you use powder on top, but if you don't, I feel like it probably won't. You just have to use a proper moisturizer or something underneath it so that you can get a little more hydration. For the eye look, as you can see, it lasted really well and it just looks so great. I mean, it's a very simple look that I generally do, but I like to extend the corners of my eye so it looks a little bigger, you know, I look a little brighter, and I think that these are just really artist grade shadows, and makeup artists who purchase this palette will really, really love it. So yeah, not much else to add. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you did, do give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. So with that, I'll see you guys. Bye!